Have you ever wondered why some moments change everything, while others pass without meaning? Why some people seem to be in the right place at the right time, again and again, while you're still waiting for your turn? Divine Timing by Justice O. Malcolm uncovers the hidden truth. Life's biggest opportunities are never random. They arrive with precision, but only when you're prepared to receive them. This isn't about luck, it's about alignment, patience, and recognizing the signs when they appear. In this journey, we'll explore how to read those signs, prepare for your moment, and take action without hesitation. Whether it's love, career, or personal growth, the secret to timing can change everything. So, are you ready to finally catch your moment instead of missing it? Let's dive in and find out. We've all been there waiting for something to happen. A job offer that never came. A relationship that didn't start when we hoped. A dream project that stayed stuck on paper. The frustration builds because we think we're running out of time, and every delay feels like failure. In Divine Timing, Justice O. Malcolm flips that thinking on its head. He explains that life's timeline is not broken, it's working perfectly. The problem? We confuse movement with progress, and impatience blinds us to preparation. This book speaks to every student waiting for a breakthrough, every professional craving recognition, every parent hoping for the right moment to guide their child, every entrepreneur desperate for a big break. It offers not just comfort, but a system to recognize when you're in a waiting season and when you're standing at the doorway of your defining moment. If you've ever felt behind in life, Divine Timing shows that you are exactly where you need to be, and that your moment is on its way. The question is, will you be ready when it arrives? Welcome to Unique Audiobook. This is the place where you'll find the world's best book summaries in just 15 minutes. Each summary reveals a hidden secret that can change your thinking and your life. Whether you're a student, a parent, a professional, part of the corporate world, navigating relationships, or working on your finances and mindset here, you'll discover practical solutions and new perspectives. And remember, the secret we're about to reveal today might just be the turning point in your journey. Because Divine Timing isn't just a book about patience, it's about power. The power to prepare, to act decisively, and to live without regret when your moment comes. So settle in, stay with me, and by the end of this, you'll see that life isn't making you wait. It's making you ready. Don't skip this part, because what you're about to hear might change how you see every delay, every no, and every closed door in your life. We've been taught that if something doesn't happen fast, it's not meant to be. Divine Timing is not like other self-help books that give you one-size-fits-all formulas. It's a blueprint for aligning with the natural flow of events so you're not chasing opportunities, they're coming straight to you. And here's the twist. The final principle in this book is the most powerful, and it will completely reframe how you see your current challenges. So stay with me till the end, because if you've been wondering whether your big break is lost or just late, the answer might surprise you. Think about Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive. He didn't win Olympic gold because he ran all day, every day, without strategy. He trained for years to explode in just under 10 seconds at the exact right moment. His entire career was built on precision timing, knowing when to push and when to hold back. Divine Timing teaches that our lives work the same way. The problem is, most of us keep sprinting without recognizing when the race has actually started. Like Bolt, success depends on preparation, patience, and knowing the exact moment to make your move. And when you do, the world won't remember how long you waited, only how perfectly you arrived. Just like Bolt's gold medal moments, your defining moments won't be announced. With fireworks, they'll arrive quietly, waiting for you to recognize them. And that's where our first principle comes in. It's the foundation for everything else you'll hear today. Lesson 1. Recognizing the season you're in. Let's step into it. Imagine trying to plant a seed in the middle of winter. No matter how much you water it, nothing will grow, not because the seed is bad, but because the season is wrong. Justice O. Malcolm begins divine timing by showing us that our lives move through seasons too. Seasons of growth, rest, preparation, and harvest. The trouble is, most of us expect harvest during preparation or growth during rest. We get frustrated because we're working hard but not seeing results. Recognizing your current season is the first step to aligning with life's rhythm. Malcolm shares the story of a struggling entrepreneur who nearly quit during what he thought was a failure season, but was actually a preparation season that laid the groundwork for his eventual breakthrough. Think of a student in their final year. It's tempting to chase every job offer, but if the focus is on skill building, that waiting year becomes the foundation for a stronger career. You can't force summer to arrive early, but you can be ready when it does. This week, write down 3 signs that describe your current season preparation: growth, rest, or harvest. Adjust your actions to match it. Once you know your season, the impatience starts to fade. You realize that not every day is about sprinting forward. Some days are about gathering strength. But even in a quiet season, something is always happening beneath the surface. Which leads us to lesson 2, the hidden work of waiting. Waiting is not doing nothing, it's doing something invisible. In Divine Timing, Malcolm explains that what feels like pause is often the most productive phase of all. This is when your skills, mindset, and resources quietly align for what's coming next. The problem is, in a culture obsessed with speed, we see waiting as wasted time. Malcolm talks about a young musician who spent years playing in small bars. He thought he was stuck, but those nights were refining his performance, networking skills, and resilience, the very things that landed him a record deal later. Think of a parent whose child isn't speaking yet. Every day feels like delay, but inside, neural connections are forming that will suddenly blossom into language. Patience isn't about sitting still, it's about preparing without panic. Choose one waiting area in your life. Instead of pushing harder, list 3 ways you can quietly prepare for when the opportunity arrives. When you stop seeing waiting as empty space, you begin to value the invisible progress it holds. And once you can respect the wait, you're ready to spot the early signs of your moment approaching. That's exactly what we'll cover in Lesson 3, recognizing the signals. Opportunities rarely arrive with flashing lights and a sign that says, "This is it." More often, they come as subtle shifts, a conversation, a chance encounter, a sudden idea. Just as so, Malcolm explains that life sends signals before it sends the event itself. The challenge? Most of us are too distracted to notice. By becoming more observant, you learn to recognize patterns and cues that align with your goals. Malcolm recalls a corporate leader who noticed a small project opening in another department. While others ignored it, he saw it as a signal, and it eventually led to a role that doubled his influence. Think of a friend mentioning the same idea you've been quietly thinking about. That repetition might be a sign to explore it further. Instead of dismissing it, signals are life's way of tapping you on the shoulder. If you turn around, you might just catch the moment. For the next week, keep a signal journal. Write down recurring ideas, names, or opportunities that appear more than once. Once you start noticing signals, you'll see that life isn't random. It's weaving a pattern that points somewhere specific. But spotting a signal is only half the story. The real power comes when you know how to respond to it. That's where Lesson 4 comes in. Acting without overthinking. Opportunities are perishable. Wait too long, and they expire. Malcolm warns that one of the biggest killers of divine timing is overthinking. We tell ourselves we need more preparation, more certainty. But the truth is, we're stalling out of fear. Acting without overthinking doesn't mean being reckless. It means trusting that if a door opens in alignment with your season and signals, you walk through it. Malcolm tells of a writer who hesitated for weeks before sending her manuscript to a publisher. By the time she did, the open submission window had closed. She learned that next time, immediate action would matter more than perfect polish. A student sees an internship opening, but waits to update their resume. Someone else applies the same day, and gets the spot. Sometimes later becomes never. And the only cure is to act now. Pick one opportunity you've been overthinking. Take one irreversible action toward it today. When you stop overthinking, you step into momentum, and momentum invites more opportunities. But speed without readiness can still derail you. That's why Lesson 5 will show you how to prepare in advance for the doors you can't yet see. The best time to prepare isn't when the opportunity arrives, it's before you even know it's coming. Justice O. Malcolm stresses that readiness is a mindset, not a last-minute scramble. By building skills, relationships, and systems now, you create the capacity to say yes without hesitation later. Most people lose their moment because they need to pause and get ready. But by the time they do, the door has already closed. Malcolm shares the story of a public speaker who practiced weekly for years before anyone invited her to a stage. When the call finally came, she delivered so well that it turned into a national tour. Think of a job seeker who keeps their resume updated, learns new tools, and builds a professional network. When the right position appears, they apply within hours and stand out. Preparation turns unexpected chances into inevitable wins. List 3 areas where you can prepare now without waiting for an official opportunity. Start one this week. Preparation is like quietly filling your backpack for a trip you don't yet know you're taking. Then one day, the bus arrives, and you're ready to board. But even preparation has its challenges, especially when impatience creeps in. That's why Lesson 6 is about staying patient without losing drive. Patience doesn't mean passivity. Malcolm explains that real patience is active. It's about continuing to grow, work, and refine while trusting the timing. The danger is swinging too far in either direction, pushing so hard that you burn out, or waiting so long that you lose momentum. Balance is the key. Malcolm tells of an athlete